Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Data Journey with Alpair. Today, I have a video about metadata catalog in SQL that I think can save you a lot of time. It displays a lot of metadata information about your database, and it treats that metadata information as a data table that you can query, so you can find out a lot about your database. And it's very simple to access. It's very simple and quick to use. I'm going to pick a very specific example today because this metadata catalog is quite large and there's a lot of information. Perhaps I'll do more videos about it in the future, but today the business question we're trying to answer is, what if you wanted to find out the data types of your columns in some of the tables in your database? So because this is SQL, there's of course more than one way to do it, but in my opinion, this is the fastest, this is the easiest, and that's what I would love to show you. First and foremost, let's take a look at this. If I do select and I start typing information underscore schema, and my SQL client PyCharm has already recognized what I'm trying to do, and it's already showing me all these tables that are available under this metadata catalog called information underscore schema. That means that inside this catalog, we're already automatically storing so much information about our current database. Now, my database for this example is very, very small, but in real life, you'll be dealing with much larger databases with a lot of tables. So this information can come in handy. In my case, the table that I need is a table called columns inside this metadata catalog because I'm trying to access data types. If I run this, this will run like a regular query. You would run this just like you would run any other SQL query. That's the beauty of this metadata catalog, that you can, write whatever code to write in other tables, you can write for these tables as well. That's essentially how easy it is. You don't need any additional skill set. It's the same SQL language that you would use. But inside this columns table, I can see some table names in here. I can see whether it was generated by a database owner or whether it's a systems table. I can see all the column names, and I can access so much more in here, as you can see. And this is, by the way, only one table inside this metadata catalog, but the information that I want for this specific example is right here. It's a column called data type. So I have essentially my table schema, so I can, filter out some of the systems table because I'm only interested in the tables that, as the database owner, I've created. I want to access the column names, of course, and I would like to see the data type that I'm dealing with. So as you can see, now it is just a matter of making sure that I have the correct select statement and I have the correct where clauses set up. And that's pretty much it for me to access this information and answer the business question of, what are the data types of the columns that I'm storing in my database? So let's do that. Let's take table name. Let's take column name. And of course, what I want is data type. And let's do where table schema. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say does not equal SYS instead of saying equals DBO. Now, in my case, I could have just said equals database owner. But when I was doing some research for this video, I've come across some examples where a lot of companies will create their own custom table schema label. So, you might have DBO, but you might have something called sales or finance or accounting. You know what I mean? Those custom labels would also be created by database owners. So if you want to catch those, it's better to prepare your query with this sort of I guess this is called defensive querying. You want to make sure that you're accounting for any table schema that was created by database owners. So, you can just say does not equal system. So you would get everything that the database owners have created. And if I run this, I can actually see the table name that I have. I have some backup tables in here. That's what you're seeing. And I have my, the other tables that I've created. I have the column names. And here is what I wanted in the first place, the data type. So as you can see, it just took me 3 lines to write this code. It's very clean. It's very simple, but it's incredibly powerful. In an instant, you can access this information and find out what the data types are. And data types are critical to know because, obviously they determine what kind of operations you may be able to do on your columns. And especially if you're taking over from somebody else and you have no idea what was created and you need to be very specific, you need to know specifically what you're dealing with. This is, as simple as what I just showed you. I'm hoping to cover a little bit more about information underscore schema, but I think that's it for today. I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you very much for watching.